Okay, it's time for a new pickups video, and as you can see, it's of a mysterious parcel. Now, I know what it is, obviously you don't, and it's something that's been close to my heart with this particular franchise and a big part of my childhood. I did get it from eBay, and it is secondhand as well, and let's say it's part of it is part of a franchise and a story arc, which we will go into once this is opened. Really hoping that it's in a good condition because did say it was in very good condition. So I'm hoping that it's exactly as how the seller promised. Now, this particular thing, I do have a collection of the same items, but obviously different stories, should I say. And without further ado, we shall unwrap this mysterious parcel, which actually came pretty quick from when I ordered it, like a couple of days after I ordered it. So I'm really happy about that. Got a little bit of weight to it there. So you can tell it's some kind of it could be a magazine or it could be a book of some kind. So we shall open this up. And there we have it. And this is a Transformers. Now, Transformers was a big part of my childhood growing up, and starting obviously from the cartoons, and then obviously we eventually got the toys and the various different generations of toys. For me, although I know they've made lots of Transformers over the years and over the decades, for me, the G1 Transformers is still my favorite Transformers movie, Transformers stuff. Love Transformers the movie. Obviously there was controversy in obviously what they did with Optimus Prime, and at the time when it came out, it didn't do very well in the cinema, and obviously over time it's become a cult classic. Now, for most of you who know, I am a massive comic book collector. I have been for many decades. Obviously that will give away my age. And it ranged from everything from DC Comics, Marvel Comics, the Transformer comics that came out, which I collected every week. There was even a Thundercats one. Also over here we had a comic book series called the Beano and Dandy as well. And I remember collecting all of those comic books and absolutely loved it. Now with the Transformers, there's actually two different versions of the stories. You had the Transformers Marvel US, which wrote their stories, and a lot of their even in terms of down to the artwork were kind of based on the original how the toys looked. Hence why sometimes the heads of the Transformers looked different. And then later on, you would get the Marvel UK, which would write their own stories of the Transformers. And when they were short on stories, what would happen is that they would merge the Transformers US stories and then reprint them into the UK Marvel UK stories. So you basically had two different continuity should I say, which were basically totally different, but then were the actual same. And you would get a lot of things like in it, like Optimus Prime with the Super Optimus Prime. Obviously when he would link with his trailer, you would get the Pretenders, where they had their own comic book story arcs, and a lot of these were based on the toys. Even with both Marvel UK and Marvel US, even their version or origin of the Transformers, where they came from, was totally different from how it was in the actual cartoon. In the comic books, you had two gods. One was called Primus, and the other one was called Unicron. And then Primus tricked Unicron into crashing into an asteroid. And what Primus did is that he formed Cybertron and then created Transformers, whereas Unicron created his own planet and was able to transform. Now, the origin story with that is totally different to how it is in the actual cartoon continuity. It's totally different. So, and then they even invented characters in the comics that weren't even in the actual cartoon, and even some of the Transformers Transformer toys that came out at G1. They did a lot of them. They gave a lot of them story arcs, but sometimes they weren't in it for very long. Whereas by the time obviously these new toys came out here in the UK and the US or wherever, the Transformers series had already been cancelled. So unless you obviously include the Japanese continuity of their animated shows or series. So yeah, that's what I really loved. And with these graphic novels, I've got a couple of these already. I've got the Matrix Quest. Obviously with this, they all fall down. And I've got Target 2006, which I will showcase in other videos. So you can have a look at them. And then you had the various different artists and writers that used to draw them. I recognise a writer there. I think it's a writer. I think it's a writer. I think his name is Andy Wildman. We'll have a look inside. And what they did, I think, and then what Titan Books have done is a lot of the key stories that they wrote in the US and UK publications of the Transformers, they've put them into one graphic novel, which we've got here. And I was looking on eBay, and even the individual comics that actually came out, they're actually very expensive now if you try to buy them online now. They're very, very, very expensive. So I know that my original Transformer comics that I collected, they've probably long since been thrown out. But as I said, I remember going to my local news agents every week, and I can't remember if it was 35p an issue, because I know that eventually it went to £1. And 35p back in the day was a lot of money here in the UK. Now 35p kind of isn't. It won't buy much as well. But I remember, as I said before, every week, probably every Friday, going to my local news agents and buying the latest Transformers comics and reading the actual stories. And then they even did crossovers and team-ups. They did a team-up with Spider-Man, I remember, and a team-up with Action Force, which most people won't recognise that name. Action Force is actually G.I. Joe. So I know that in the States it's called G.I. Joe. And over here in the UK, they just called it Action Force. Don't ask me why, they just did. And they did multiple crossovers with Action Force stroke G.I. Joe in the comics, and that was like really, really great. I do know that when it comes to the movie side of things, that they're supposed to be meant to be doing, should I say, a Transformers crossover with G.I. Joe. And I think in the last Transformers movie that came out, in the post-credit scene, they did kind of they did a hint with G.I. Joe. So whether or not we'll see this on full screen, that's going to be another story. But yeah, this is these collection of stories, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get more of them. Have a special place in my heart, as I said before, with growing up with not only being Transformers, but collecting these issues of comics every week. And I wish, if I'd known what I know now, I would have found a way of trying to actually keep the comic books. But as I said before, they're probably long gone, and then there's space, so it takes up a lot of space and stuff. So it's kind of very hard to keep them. But I wish I had it done. Something here, I can read the bottom of it here, because the top is kind of smashed off. It said, inspired by the top-selling toy line and animated TV series and movie, these are the stories that shaped into the legend that is Transformers. Classic tales collected for the first time ever in book form. Witness the rise of the Dark Destroyer Unicorn, a planet-sized destroyer of worlds, with only one thing on its mind: the complete and utter destruction of the Transformers and their homeworld. With the new introduction by Simon Furman and artist, I was right about the artist, Andrew Wildman, unseen, I can't, smudged, and incredible black background material will, it's kind of smudged out. Now, originally it says here, the graphic novel was $14.99, so that's $19.99. I'll have a quick look at this, because I'll get rid of that. Overall, aside from it being smudged, it's still in fairly good condition. As you can see, it's from Titan Books. And then we've got the beginning of the end. A war without an end. So you've got a collection of the characters, and there's quite a few here. But it looks like, I can't see what it is. It looks like Yeah, that's Fortress. Yeah, I can see it here. That's Fortress Maximus, Shockwave. That looks like Hot Rod, and that's Galvatron. And that does look like Starscream. And then over we have Optimus Prime, Megatron. That looks like Grimlock. We've got Scorpion here and Ratchet. So yeah, the Transformers comic continuity is very different from the what's it called again, from the animated, whether it's the American or even the Japanese. It's very different, and you can see here that they're at the center of Cybertron, and there's Primus, as I was talking earlier on. And I think this is Thunderwing, and then they're after the Creation Matrix. And then, as you can see here, there's that looks like Chrome Dome, who was a headmaster, and then that looks like, and that's Hot Rod there. But yeah, this does bring back a lot of memories here with the G1 Transformer cartoons that I used to collect, and I'm loving the actual artwork. As of all, the artwork kind of varied because sometimes it was based on the toy, and sometimes it was based on the prototype of the toy. So sometimes you'd get characters that would have completely different heads and it didn't kind of match. In the comics, they did do their own interpretation of Transformers the movie, which followed it pretty much, but it had differences in terms of what happened in the comic book version. I don't know if it's because of the fact that the comic book version based it on the original script, because obviously you have scripts and sometimes they can cut things out of the original script. And then you got Grimlock and you got Cup there. And you got Starscream there. Obviously, the Optimus Prime you see here is the Power Master of Optimus Prime. And I remember this when Megatron and Ratchet jumped through the space bridge, and then it ended up becoming merged into one creature, which was, as a kid, was a bit of a horrific sight. And actually seeing that, them being merged into one creature. Yeah, but yeah, I'm starting to remember this from the original comics that I actually had. As I saw, this is a basic collection of all the big ongoing story of the Matrix quest that's going on here. So, it's not quite as having the original comics, which I don't have anymore, but this is kind of the next best thing, should I say. And then there's Hot Rod here. So I'm looking forward to giving this a good read at some point. And then there's Galvatron. Obviously time travelled back in time. And then you got Starscream then, always up to his old tricks as usual. And then you got Scorponok again. But I do remember the story though of this. And then there's Primus again. Scorpion again. And Optimus transform into his truck. I remember the trailer part of the Power Master Optimus Prime would change into a base. So we've got over here. And there's Thunderwing with the Creation Matrix. And then we've got the original. I'm trying to see if I can find it. And then the last page where is Unicron. That decided there. So this was taken from issue 69. And as you can see, and then it's issue 70. So I do like the fact that it tells you where they got picked up the stories. It's issue 71. We have issue 72. And it shows you the evolution of the cover, and obviously this Cybertron there. But yeah, I think I'm planning on getting another one because I've seen one pretty cheap that I want to get. So I will definitely do another video on the one, this next one. I think it's called The Matrix Quest. I'm definitely going to get that one. Because I've seen it quite cheap on eBay now. So I'll pick it up while I can. So this is the Transformers graphic novel, All Fall Down. I think I got this for under £4. So that was a pretty good bargain. And as I said before, it was in very good condition. Aside from some wear and tear at the back of the book, there's no tears or sticky pages in it, so I'm kind of really happy about that. So yeah, if people do like this kind of thing, I will do more, because I've got a couple more Transformers graphic novels that I've got, so I might showcase those, and obviously the next one in which I'll pick up. Anyway, I hope people enjoyed this video. Please feel free to share your friends and family. Also, you can give this video a thumbs up. That will allow new people to find my channel. This is because of YouTube algorithms favor the bigger YouTubers, so their channel gets advertised. So because obviously the algorithms, and then they're bigger YouTubers. So a thumbs up or good comment will help me find new subs. Speaking of subscribers, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you want to see graphic novels like this, whether or not they're based on Transformers, or comic book stuff, or the comic books, whether it's DC or Marvel. I also do showcase DC and Marvel comics and figures and statues. There's a couple more. I've got a few more that got coming up in the pipeline in the future. Video game playthroughs, video game unboxings, gadget reviews, which you see me do the Series 9. I did my initial video on the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max from the Apple Store. You see me do the video of the MacBook Air 2022, the M2, and I will be doing a follow-up video on that. In terms of that, I've recently done some videos involving the Apple AirTags and replacing the batteries, and how to replace it, which I've just uploaded as well, and the correct battery to use. There's food and drink reviews, Blu-ray and DVD unboxings, and showcasing my Blu-ray and Steelbook collection. So if you're into all stuff like that, and graphic novels and art books, whether they're movie or video game related, then consider, and other sorts of unboxings, then consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Just for Christmas, we hit 500 subs. A few months ago, we hit 600, and now we're over 700 plus YouTube subs. So again, thank you to the subs, old and new, to get me to where I am today. So without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am. So I really appreciate all of you, the subs, old and new, and I will continue to put out content. I also subscribe. I also live stream on Twitch. It's the same name as it is on here. Just add 76. If you still can't find it, I will put the link in the description box where I live stream on Twitch. I don't have set days because of health and other ongoing physical life, so I don't have set days in which I do. So if you do subscribe to me over there or follow me on there, hit the notification button so you'll know when I'm live streaming. What I do is that because you can only archive the videos for less than 2 weeks, I usually export the videos to YouTube, and especially if they don't have copyright music in it. For example, games like Forza Motorsport don't have copyright music in it, so it's easy for me to export that from Twitch to YouTube. Some video games allow you to turn off the copyright claim music and replace it with stream-friendly music. So, and now I've got a computer now. Eventually, I will try to edit out copyright claim music so we can do more video games. I also live stream on YouTube on a rare occasion, so keep an eye out for that. Hit the notification button to know when I'm live streaming. It's kind of rare, but it's gonna be less not serious video games, things like football games, sports games, beat 'em up, shoot 'em ups, casual gaming. So and even if you do miss it live, the videos will be archived so you can watch it whenever you want, and they won't be being deleted, or they won't go away, so they'll be on there even if you miss the live stream of me playing these video games. The next big milestone for me will be 1,000 subs, and obviously prior to that will be 800 and 900, but I'm hopefully I want to hit 1,000 subs at some point sooner rather than later. I know we've still got a long way to go before we get there, but for me that would be a massive achievement if I could get to at least 1,000 at some point in the near future. So fingers crossed that we eventually get there. Anyway, just leaves me to say, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye for now.